Social media begins in the 1980s and 1990s, a decade after the birth of the internet. Companies like AOL, Prodigy, and CompuServe allowed the first online messaging and real-time communication. With Friendster setting the trend of email registration in 2001 and MySpace launching in 2003, social media was on a rise. From LinkedIn being used by people looking for jobs to MySpace being the most popular website on Earth, social media took off and got bigger than ever before. As of 2019, 69% of Americans use Facebook, 37% use Instagram, 73% actively search YouTube, 20% of people use Twitter, and almost a quarter of Americans use Snapchat. Even with the lowest percentage of 20%, that's still 65 million people using Twitter on their phones and on a daily basis. But is the internet and social media ruining the ability to maintain a healthy relationship in the modern day? With handheld access to reach somebody at a moment's notice, we can easily talk to our family, friends, and even a new flame. But what happens when someone from our past shows up? Or worse, someone we don't even know?
My ex stalks me on every social media platform and has created fake profiles to see what I'm up to. He's created fake accounts and new numbers to keep calling me or trying to get in contact with me. We haven't dated or seen each other since 2013.
Social media hands us easy opportunities to find out personal information. Hence, my fiance's ex-girlfriend finding out about our wedding details and booking a trip to the same destination on the same dates as our wedding.
When I was younger, I had multiple stalkers. These people found my information on social media and used it to find where I lived. It was horrifying when an older guy found my info and walked into my home.
Other than the threats we face in the external world surrounding social media, we also face internal issues with how it affects us.
My husband would wait until he thought I was asleep to scroll through his Instagram to find pictures of naked women so he could pleasure himself. When I found out this had been happening, it made me feel as if he didn't find me as attractive as these women that he was looking for.
Knowing how much and how often they talk to other girls, because it's just all right there for everyone to see.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, 20% of people admitted they'd been in contact with an ex. With lack of context, imaginations can run wild and jealousy runs rampant, spreading through screens across the world. Even 27% of teens say that social media makes them feel jealous and question their relationships. 7% saying that they feel this way a lot. Unfortunately, though, the problems don't end here. Most people these days, especially the younger generations, are so immersed in their social personas and interacting with each other on a virtual platform that now in person, they're struggling to connect.
Online creates a barrier where you only have to worry about words you use. You have to think about your response. In person is a different layer of words, tone, nonverbal communication. You don't have time to think of a response. There's eye contact, formalities. They're two completely different forms of communication.
Social media has cemented itself in the culture so much that it's nearly impossible to escape when trying to build relationships. Going to the bar to grab drinks or going to dinner are no longer focused on the actual event, but just taking pictures and posting them for your Instagram.
Building relationships is what has allowed us as a society to progress and move forward. While the internet does give us many great things like movie streaming sites, online shopping, and even more opportunities to talk to each other, a lot of issues are arising with it that are preventing us from truly connecting. Due to the ever-expanding cyberspace, the relationships we form, from friends to spouses, are hanging on by a thread that can always be cut by one post or one like. It's fun to keep up with your friends and it's fun to share memes, but at what cost? Are we really willing to lose each other in the process?